Welcome to the 2021 Guadalupe Radio Network Car Raffle Kickoff Show. During this hour, you'll learn how you could support Catholic radio evangelization by purchasing tickets for a chance to win a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 250 compact sport utility vehicle.
All right, there you have it. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. It's kind of like the old days of GRN Alive. Good to have you with you. Good to have you with us. Hope you enjoyed Catholic Drive Time this morning. Great show. Gosh, that last interview was really, really powerful. And we are continuing on here on the Guadalupe Radio Network with something that we have done every single year for quite some time, and that is a car raffle. And we always started off with, right when we get back from Christmas break with a car raffle show. And that's what we're doing this hour. My name is Dave Palmer, Executive Director of the North Texas station of the Guadalupe Radio Network. And Sissel Anderson is busy. She's getting all the guests on the line and running the board. Diane Xavier is doing social media. So if you can if you're able to hop on over to Facebook or YouTube or Twitter and check us out there. The tag, is that the right word? The tag is GRN Online. So see what's going on behind the scenes. And so in the course of this hour, I'm going to speak to our Vice President, Toya Hall. And, even more so than the car raffle, we're going to talk about a special tribute that we are planning for our beloved late general manager of our West Texas station, KLPF, Armando Sanchez, who passed away recently, was laid to rest last week. And we're talking about that. And then the rest of the show, we're going to talk about the car raffle and also the connection between the car we're giving away in Armando and how you can help us sell tickets, buy tickets this year. And we're also going to talk to our business manager, Sammy Rodriguez. Our Richard Reyna, does he need any introduction? Richard is just Richard, okay, down in South Texas. Tim Mott, the general manager of KSHJ 1430 AM in Houston. And then we'll wrap things up with Martin Arizmendi at the end of the hour. He's our general manager of our Spanish station, KJON, here in North Texas, where I'm broadcasting from. So, all right, before we get Toya on, let me just give you the basics. We started this many years ago because the early months of the year were very, very challenging financially. So we said, we got to do something to raise some money to help us get to our next share-a-thon. And so the first year we did this, we did a 1939 Studebaker, donated by a wonderful priest in West Texas. And then we switched to a Mustang. And then we went to a Chevy Camaro. And then last year it was a Cadillac. And Sissel, you know what this year is?
I do. And wouldn't it be bad if I said I didn't?
Yeah, right, yeah. That would show that you're just not paying attention,
I am not paying attention.
Yeah. So you want me to go ahead and say it?
Oh, do you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. We are raffling off a Mercedes-Benz. I love saying that name.
I know.
A Mercedes-Benz Gla 250. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
GLA,
awesome.
It's a compact sport utility vehicle.
And it looks pretty snazzy. That's my word. That's the only way I can describe cars.
Yeah, it's pretty snazzy.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time, I guess, we've done a foreign car. They've all been American cars. So we're doing a foreign car this year. And Mercedes-Benz is just known for excellence and precision. And so we are going to be giving that away on Friday, March 5th. So a little over 2 months from now. And you can buy your tickets, $25 a ticket or $5 for $100, as we have kept that price steady for many years now. You go to grnonline.com/raffle, and you'll see all the specs and all the rules and all the information about the car. And we need the support. And we'll talk about that, especially when Sammy comes on, because he's the business manager and he has to handle all the money.
He knows everything.
I also am going to ask most of our guests a trivia question. I've been spending most of my morning digging up some Mercedes trivia questions. I might even get you with one here at some point. Okay, Sissel? So, all right, with no further ado, let's bring on Toya Hall, one of our original incorporators of La Promesa Foundation and the vice president of Guadalupe Radio Network. Good morning, Toya. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. I am good. Good morning, Guadalupe family. It's wonderful to be on the air with you this morning, especially announcing. I'm like Sissel, just saying Mercedes-Benz. Sounds so cool.
Yeah, it really is. It's a cool car, and somebody's going to get it. It was fun last year to have the winner of the car actually come and visit in studio and, actually see the person. But somebody's got to win it, and you can't win it if you don't buy tickets. Toya, one of the, as I mentioned a moment ago, kind of the heartfelt aspects of this is our general manager, Armando Sanchez, of very, happy memory, passed away. It wasn't long ago, just before Christmas, was laid to rest last Wednesday, and he had a big connection to this car. In fact, I think he picked it out. I just want to spend a little bit of time remembering him, talking about him, and you probably knew him as well as anybody within the GRN. So what do you want to say about Armando?
Armando just he was an incredible guy. He was supposed to become a deacon next year. So his love for the faith, his knowledge of the faith, his love for Christ just really came through in his day-to-day life. He just brought such joy into that office, and it's just been pretty heart-wrenching. He passed away on December the 22nd. But, yes, you're absolutely right, Dave. This Mercedes-Benz, this SUV that we are giving away is because of Armando. Before Armando came to work for us, for 30 years, he had been a car salesman. And so we always teased him that he went from selling cars to, saving souls. And he was just an amazing man. And I we're planning on doing a show to talk about Armando here probably next week, but we'll be announcing that. But let me get back to the car. So Lynn Oswald, who is the president of the GRN, contacts me and he says, I want you and Sammy to take Armando to the local Mercedes-Benz dealer and pick out a car, right?
Yes.
Well, I think really the only reason, Dave, I was on that list of who needs to go was because I took the bottle of aspirin for everybody's new car fever, right?
Okay. Yes.
So we're looking at these cars, and they're so cool, and they're so awesome, and all of a sudden Armando looks up, and he looks into the showroom, and there is like this candy apple red, sharp-looking SUV. And he said, let's go look at that one. So we did, and it is, David, it's so cool. It's got two 7-inch screens with which everything is operated from a touchpad in the console.
Wow.
And you can change the interior colors, if you can imagine, to 64 different colors, right?
Okay.
You can say it's cold in here. It will adjust. You can say, I want coffee. It will show you the closest coffee shop. I mean, it's just incredible. In fact, you can buy your first ticket right now at grnonline.com. So for $25, you could be the winner of this Mercedes. And like Dave was saying earlier, January and February are just really brutal on us because I think everybody gets their Christmas spending credit cards in, right? And so the pledges don't come in, and just a really rough time. But this is such a fun way for us to raise the money, to keep Catholic radio on the air. Now, something that Sammy's going to talk about with you someday was Armando was like you in that extremely competitive. So nobody outsells Dave. For those who don't know, Dave is the king of ticket sales.
No pressure,
and
right?
No pressure.
Okay.
But he told me, he kept saying, I'm going to outdo Dave. I want you to order one more ticket than you order for Dave because I'm going to outsell Dave this year. Now, Dave, your radio station reaches what, 5.5 million?
Yeah, a lot of folks, yeah.
A lot of folks. Well, the market where Armando was from is like 500,000 people. But he was determined, and Sammy will share that with you, that he was going to win. So I hope everybody buys some tickets, and let's make Armando's dream come true.
Yeah, that's a great tribute for him because, if he was still with us, he would be boy, he would be running and gunning. He probably would have already sold a few hundred tickets here in these first.
I think so. Yes.
So
he was already working on it back in October.
Yeah. So now it's on Sammy's capable shoulders to sell it, and I know that Sammy can tell us about some of the financial needs. You already alluded to that, Toya. Sammy, of course, hasn't been with us as long as you have because you go all the way back to the original days. But just to kind of highlight this in the closing minute I have with you is that this is a time of need. This is, it's fun and somebody wins a car, but the reason we do this ultimately is because it's out of necessity, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it would be back before we started the car raffle, Dave. We would go in the red 6 figures in January and then again in February. And it was just, scary how rough the times were getting. So, we prayed about it. We felt like the Lord was showing us this idea of a car raffle. And like you said, it's fun. It's especially fun if you get to be the person that calls the winner, right?
Yeah.
And March the 5th is not that far away to win this car.
That's right. 2 months and 1 day, approximately. Exactly. All right, Toya, I'm gonna move on from you to Sammy. Do you want a trivia question, or do you want me to just save the tough one for Sammy?
Oh, save it for Sammy. Sammy is the newbie, so I would not want to rob Sammy of a trivia question.
Yeah, because I get every 3 months to ask you these tough questions during the Share-a-thon, and so I sometimes suffer withdrawals in between that. But that's okay. I'm gonna take yours, and I'm gonna ask it to Sammy. Okay.
Okay. So grnonline.com. Let's sell some tickets for the sake of Catholic Radio.
Yes. Amen. Thanks, Toya. Good talking with you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, Toya Hall, our vice president, one of the incorporators, and again, highlighting the big need we have as we start this new year. And I would say, we have got to think outside the box these next 2 months because, the Toya was talking about the success we've had here in North Texas. It's been mainly going out and visiting parishes. And we're going to see if the parishes are able to have us out, if they're going to let us in, and we're going to see. So a lot of uncertainty, and all the more reason, if you want to make it easy on us, just go to that website, buy tickets. Also contact your local general manager and say, hey, I want to help you sell tickets. I want to buy tickets. I want to buy a couple $100 worth. And your chance to win again on March 5th of this year, a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 250. It's a compact SUV. And now, with no further ado, a guy that is not going to escape without a trivia question at the end. All right. It's kind of like the initiation. Sammy Rodriguez, our business manager. Good morning, Sammy. How are you?
Dave, good morning, and good morning to everybody and the GRN family. What a pleasure to be with you, and Happy New Year. I hope you and your families are doing wonderful. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Yeah, and our condolences again, the loss of Armando. I know you worked with him very closely there in the Midland office. I was blessed to be out there for the fall Share-a-thon and got to meet him briefly for that week, and so our condolences go out to you and the whole staff out there with that loss. All right, so Sammy, you're the business manager, and this is all, as we said, the main reason we do this isn't so we can have fun, and of course, giving away a car is a blast, and somebody's going to win it, but this is out of need. So why don't you talk about some of the business aspects of doing a car raffle like this from your perspective?
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you that this raffle to kick off the year is so important for the GRN's financial health in the first quarter. Whether you're in my position or anywhere in the GRN, we all see that these invoices and bills, they kind of fly around pretty quickly, don't they, Dave?
Yeah.
On different things that we need. So, we've got electricity bills and, internet and so many different things that, you, dear listener, can relate to in your everyday household, but magnify that, sometimes times 100 when we're talking about electricity bills and things like that. So, like you said, Dave, it's out of need. And, purchasing a ticket right now at grnonline.com, you're helping save souls first and foremost, but also you have the chance to win this amazing Mercedes, what they call a compact SUV, a GLA 250. It's truly a win-win, Dave.
Yeah. Have you ever owned or been in a Mercedes? Have you ever driven one, been in one? Any experience with a Mercedes before?
Well, I've never owned one, but I've had a few friends that have. I've been in a couple of them, and they're pretty amazing. This thing is kind of like a spaceship on wheels, is what I would say. But it's so special, dear GRN family, because as Toya mentioned, Lynn asked, Toya, myself, and Armando to go up there to the dealership and take a look at a couple of items they had in inventory. And obviously, Toya and I were just kind of along for the ride, literally, because with Armando's 30 years in the business, we're like, he's got this. We're just going to check out cars. So, we got to pick it out together, and so that's very special. Mercedes, we've given away some very nice vehicles, Dave. I'm sure you would agree.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like kind of going from college to the pros. We're really stepping up our game, if you want to call it that here. So, dear GRN family, please support us. Like Armando said, he went from saving cars to saving souls. Well, when you buy a ticket or 5 tickets or 100 tickets, you are truly, again, helping to save souls by keeping the airwaves Catholic in your local market. Again, grnonline.com is the place to do it. And I'll tell you what, Dave, Armando, he was a competitor.
Yeah.
He was a closer, and he was a heck of an athlete in his younger days that he shared with me, and I've heard that from other people too. But he said, I love my brother Dave, but I'm coming after him this year. And, of course, he would start laughing like he does, in his cordial way.
Yeah, and he can still do so from the other side. You realize that, he could be, he's probably intercede. Yeah, he might even intercede for me. I mean, come on,
he will.
Throw a few,
his prayers.
Talk to the big man and help me out
powerful.
a little bit as well. Now, I must say, Sammy, you're business manager in a typical year. If we still had Armando with us, you'd be handling the finances, the income, expenses. You probably wouldn't be. I don't know how actively you'd be selling tickets, but you have now been thrust into a position where you're kind of you're the Armando. No pressure at all, okay? But what is your strategy going to be, especially since you really haven't done this before?
Well, I tell you what, I'm certainly going to get out there and do everything that I can amidst this, very interesting times that we're living in, I guess is what we can say. But I'm also seeking some volunteers in our West Texas market, that want to help the mission of the GRN, that loved Armando as much as we do, to continue that mission and maybe even hit the goal, Dave. I mean, like I said, we love you, but we're coming after you is what we're saying. And so, if you're listening out there and you would like to be a volunteer and help us out, that would be amazing. You can reach me on my cell phone at 432-349-8367, or simply just send me an email, and that's sammy@grnonline.com. So, we'll be making some calls to the parishes, Dave, and seeing, again, what we can do. But I think for all of us in the GRN, just anywhere that we are, kind of always keeping that in mind that, again, we're doing it to save souls. But, if someone doesn't know about our raffle, well, they're not going to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And vice versa. For you, dear listener, the old saying is you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. So you absolutely, positively cannot win this beautiful Mercedes-Benz Gla 250 spaceship on wheels without getting a ticket. Is that right, Dave?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I'm really happy you mentioned about the volunteers as well, because especially this year in 2021, next year maybe, not as much of a need, but we really need the old proverbial boots on the ground, people that say, hey, send me, or I'll come pick up 20, 30 tickets. I'll sell them to my family, my friends, people, my coworkers. That's going to be how this is successful. And so Sammy gave you his phone number and his email, and if you're in West Texas especially, contact him and say, hey, I want to help. I want to do it for Armando. I want to do it for, Sammy, and most especially just for the gospel message that continues to need to be proclaimed, perhaps more so in 2021 than ever before. All right, Sammy, you're not going to get out of it, man. I'm going to ask you a trivia question or two, okay? Since I didn't get a chance to ask Toya, I'm going to ask you two, all right? So you ready?
Perfect.
All right. So here, since you're a business manager, I'm going to ask you one. Within, let's say, $1,000, what do you think the MSRP is of a Mercedes-Benz 2021 GLA 250? I'll give you $1,000 leeway either way. MSRP.
Ooh. MSRP, I'm going to say, right about 40,000.
Yeah, well, you're close. 36-230. Okay.
36-230. Okay.
Yeah, well, but you were in the ballpark. Okay, we're going to give you a consolation prize for that one. All right.
Well, the one we looked at was about 40 because it was beautiful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, the one we bought maybe more than that. So yeah, that's just I did a quick little search. So all right, we're going to go. So are we going to give him that one?
Oh, I'm going to give it to him because I had to look up what MSRP was.
You're like,
I'm really glad you gave him that question and not me.
Manufacturer suggested retail.
Thank you. I'm sure everyone listening knew that. I did not. I'm a baby.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. Last question for you, Sammy, before we move on to Richard. The Mercedes-Benz name is actually, two different people. It came from two people's names. Okay. The Benz part of it. Do you know who that is? Who is Benz? Anything about the Mr. or Mrs. Benz?
I do not. I know a merger had occurred some years back, but I'm going to be learning something on this one, Dave. You have to help me out.
Yeah, Carl Benz started a company in 1886 called Motorwagen, and he, this is the interesting thing, Cecil. You'll appreciate this. His wife funded his work. So he needed to start a motor company, and he was, I guess, broke. And so it was actually his fiance. And she said, I'll take my dowry or some money.
Wow. She had a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah, so 1886 goes all the way back
to
What a
good woman.
Yeah, so and there's some debate about, who invented the automobile and whether it was in Germany or America. And we won't get into that. So, all right, man. You did well, Sammy.
Well, it's been a real pleasure. Again, GRN family, please help us out. Please support the mission, grnonline.com, and I'll be looking for those calls and emails. Amen, and God bless everybody.
All right. And I saved the hardest questions for Richard, okay? Because Richard normally comes right back at me with some trivia of his own. So, all right, Samuel Rodriguez, business manager, please contact him, especially if you're in West Texas, because, if Armando was still with us, boy, I tell you, Armando would probably be, be on the air with me for 10 minutes, then he'd jump on the phone, he'd be calling everybody he knows, and so anyways, God bless them. And in some weird way, I want you guys to beat me. I want you to beat me by one ticket, okay?
Works for me. Like Armando said, everybody, let's do this thing. That's exactly what he would say now.
That's
so
right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Armando, man, boy, he would get fired up on the air. And so gosh. All right, Sammy, thanks a lot. Great speaking with you. Samuel Rodriguez, our wonderful business manager of Guadalupe Radio Network out of our West Texas office. And we are, already 22 minutes into this 2021 Car Raffle Kickoff Show. If you're just joining us and saying, hey, what happened to my regular programming? Well, we do this once a year, and we get things started to let you know that, it's like, gentlemen, start your engines. We are off and running with the Car Raffle 2021. This year, we are giving away a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 250. It's a compact SUV. And it's the smallest Mercedes-Benz SUV. It advances in innovation, adhering to family values. The new 221 horsepower turbo 4, 8-speed, 18-inch wheels, digital cockpit. And then this is what Toya was talking about. The MBUX voice assistant is standard in all these vehicles. So you just kind of tell it what you want to do.
Wow.
Take me to the grocery store. Oh, no, but it won't take you there. But direct me to the grocery store.
Direct me to the grocery store, exactly.
All right. I don't want to. Okay. I better just get Richard on. Richard Reyna, general manager of all of our South Texas stations, including the mighty KJMA 89.7 FM. Good morning, Richard. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. How you doing? Woo!
Man,
looking forward to this.
You say that with a certain smile, and something tells me there's a trivia question coming my way.
Actually, I wanted to start off with one because I'm thrilled about the Mercedes part of it. Yeah. I'm going to come right back at you. Do you know where that came from?
The
Mercedes?
Man, Richard, do you think I would come into a conversation with you and not know that? Now,
man.
I promise you I know it because I didn't know it an hour ago, but I do know it. But I want you to. Do you want me to say it?
Yes, go for it.
All right. Okay. So I got to get my. It was a gentleman by the name of Emil Helinek, who was an automobile entrepreneur at the time who worked with the company, and his daughter was Mercedes. And so in 1901, the Mercedes part, I guess, merged on with Benz. It became Mercedes-Benz. So it actually was named after his daughter. Is that what you?
That's right. I'm going to take it a little bit deeper. For those who are a little bit more curious, it's believed to have come into existence as a contraction of María de las Mercedes, which is a Spanish title for the Virgin Mary, which meant Mary of the Mercies.
Yeah.
Woo! Ooh, I love that. So,
yeah, that's I was going there's a Catholic angle to this. And I bet you, and I didn't look this up, but I bet you Carl Benz was Catholic, wouldn't you think?
That would be
he was
awesome.
probably either Catholic or Lutheran, but there's definitely a Catholic perspective to this. So, yeah, that's cool. So Mercedes, actually, we're giving away a car that's connected to Our Lady. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing. So let's see. No, I know Sammy said he'd wanted to sell one more ticket than you. I want to sell twice as many. two more. So,
twice as okay. You want to sell two more than me? I don't know how many I'm going to sell. So you just have to keep up with that. All right, Richard. Let me ask you this: when in a typical year, we do things one way. 2020 was a wild and crazy year. The raffle this year, we got to have a little different strategy for selling tickets. Have you been able to think about kind of what you're going to do? What's your strategy going to be?
Actually, we've got because of last year's live remotes at Zito's Italian Deli and a dentistry office and a couple of parishes. I had an increased number of people calling me saying, "Hey, I'm Catholic. I got a business, and would you consider coming out to my location?" And I think we're going to be adding quite a number of live remotes because I know you're out there 2, 3, 4 times a week doing your live remotes. So we're going to be doing a lot more this year. Obviously, taking into consideration the COVID, so we got plexiglass all over the place. But it's going to be exciting because I think more and more young adults are going to be helping us out as well. And then the southern area of our listening area here at KGMA, we've got a lot of parishes. It's a lot more rural. But when it comes to buying and selling raffle tickets, those folks down there are very supportive. And I think we're going to be doing more the south area, listening area of KGMA. And I think it's going to be a little bit different and provide some much needed funds that we need to catch up to Dallas.
Yeah, and you're so right. The key in what Sammy really highlighted was we need the volunteers. It's so much easier if somebody will contact us, like you say, the business, and say, "Hey, come out to our business and do a live remote." We're going to be looking to get out there because then people can call in. Some people may not want to come and be in person and get tickets that way, but so we're going to be creative and. I think it'd be amazing if we stayed on track with where we were last year, maybe even a little bit better. So anyways, we got a lot of time. We got 2 months and 1 day to sell tickets, and the website, grnonline.com/raffle. And we are giving away a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 250. You probably have a couple of these in your garage, right, Richard?
A little
high-powered GM of South Texas Guadalupe Radio Network. Have you ever owned I've never owned a Mercedes.
No, but I heard how Toya was talking about, take me here, take me there. It can tell you where everything's at. It's listening to you. You called it, is it a cockpit? That's what it feels like when you're driving because it's so computerized and electronic, and it sounds amazing to me. So I can't wait to see this thing.
Yeah, but the one kind of in my level, I drive a Kia. Okay, so I love my Kia, but I had one of our donors come in recently, and he had an electric Porsche.
Wow.
And so he said, "Hey, you want to go out my test drive?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And so that's kind of me. I've been in Mercedes a couple of times, but it's just been as a passenger. But I've never owned one. But this is cool. Anybody can own a Mercedes for $25. You put your name in the hat. You at least have to get one ticket. And I always encourage people to buy 5 because you get a discount if you buy 5, $100 worth. I encourage you to go to our website now, grnonline.com/raffle, and buy some tickets because 2021 is unpredictable, and we need to keep the airwaves Catholic and keep these Catholic radio stations on the air. So go to that website. It's real easy, and buy your tickets. And so, all right, Richard, what other you probably came with some other fun facts, or what do you want to talk about?
Well, Carl Benz, you may know this because of your research. He was the first one to ever own what? Now, don't say a Mercedes-Benz because that doesn't count.
I know this one. I'm going to throw this on Sissel because I promise you I know this one. Okay, he got it in Luxembourg. Okay, do you know that part?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, first one to
own a what? Oh man, is it anything? Can I ask a question? Is it anything to do with a car at all, or no? Or is it a potato peeler?
Well, Richard started.
I just need to know what general vicinity we're talking
I think
here.
That's a legitimate question.
Okay,
Richard, what do you think?
I guess it's not attached to the car, so no.
But it's related. It's related.
It's related.
It's definitely
Okay.
related. Richard, you are being so mean, man.
It's related. Okay, I'm going to say
Very, very related.
he was the first person to have a customized license plate cover that said, "I am the Benz of Mercedes-Benz." I don't know. That's my guess.
I understand he's the first to ever have a driver's license.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wait,
Yeah.
what year was that?
Dave?
I turned it around on you all.
I'm getting a really bad connection, Richard. I can't hear Sissel any longer, so I don't know what she said.
Even though I'm just in the other room.
He started the company in 1886. Mercedes-Benz officially was 1926 or something. So, the funny thing is he invents a car, and then he had to go to the civil authorities and say, hey, can I drive this out in the street? I mean, that's what happened. He says, hey,
Wow.
I got this car. Am I allowed to drive this in the streets? And
I wonder if there are car lanes and then horse and buggy lanes.
Probably weren't streets.
Yeah.
Because what do you need a street for if you don't
Right.
have cars, right? And so, but I don't know what year it was. Would probably been in the 1920s.
I'll do some
maybe?
research and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, see, I like that. Sissel, she comes right back at us. Right when we think we got her against the ropes, she does like the old Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope, and all of a sudden we're looking.
I use the reverse Uno card over here.
Oh, that's all right. We are halfway through our 2021 Car Raffle Kickoff Show. Dave Palmer, Richard Reyna, our general manager in South Texas, also Sissel Anderson. We are doing social media also. Diane, the silent one here, is just wonderfully putting up images of the car. She put an image of all our guests who are on. In fact, if you want to see Richard Reyna, go to our social media. Who doesn't want to see Richard Reyna? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter right now, and the handle is GRN Online. So, Richard, I haven't been able to ask you a trivia question yet. Can I ask you one?
Go for it.
This is actually a really interesting one. Not to say the others have not been interesting, but everybody knows the logo, okay? And Sissel can help you with this one as well. In fact, Richard's going to know this because he's done all kind of research. So, Richard, I don't even want you to. Do you know?
Air, land, and water.
Whoa, look at that. Did you know that, Sissel?
No.
The little three prongs.
Oh, that's what it means?
Yeah, air, land, and water.
Oh, I'm going to
know,
look at it differently
They
now.
considered a fourth one. Do you know that, Richard?
Air, land, water, fire? Fire?
Space.
Yeah.
Space.
Fire.
Wow, Richard, he came with his A game today. You
Wow.
know? Yeah, they considered four, but that would have been like a.
It would have been like an X,
like a
basically, or a
cross,
cross or
yeah.
an X, yeah.
Yeah, but it also looks like the peace sign, but it's like
Slightly
yeah.
not done right.
Yeah. So it's what is it? Air, water, and fire. Is that right, Richard?
Air, land, and water.
Oh, air, land, and water, which is interesting because maybe they thought at some point their cars were going to be going on the water and flying up in the air, or is it just a tribute to
to everything.
to the earth or the nature? I don't know. It's interesting.
I don't know.
All right. So go to our website, grnonline.com/raffle, and we have very, very little time left with Richard Reyna. And if you're in South Texas, contact him. Tell us again, especially those in South Texas and all your stations, Richard, how can they help you?
They can help by reaching out to us, whether they can give us a call, send us an email, send us some messages on Facebook, come by and pick up some tickets and help us sell a few. Take 10, take 20. I'll give you some flyers, some information, all that good stuff, and just do that for us. Or, of course, you can buy them yourself, but help us out by selling a few. And people who usually pick some up come back and pick up more. And I'm looking forward to that, helping us get to a wonderful goal of 2 more tickets more than North Texas. So.
Yeah. Our former pastor used to say, many hands make light work.
Oh,
And,
yes, totally
when we
agree.
needed to clean up the parish or set it up for Christmas, and he'd say, many hands make light work. And that is so true for this. Because if Richard is going to, and Mario in South Texas are going to do all the work in selling tickets, or me and Sissel and Diane here in North Texas, I can't do it. It's too much. And so we need you, dear listeners, dear friends, to help us. And, of course, contact Richard down in South Texas and me or Sammy. We're going to talk to Tim Mott here in a moment in the Houston area, wherever you are. And if you're listening in Alabama or Florida, we're currently without a general manager there, and so we really need some help there. I don't know who you contact, but go to our website, and we'll get you in touch with somebody, I promise. Or you just go to the website and buy them if you want to make it simple on yourself. So, all right, Richard, we are. I'm going to ask you one more. Is that okay, Richard?
All right, go for it. I love these.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this one. Who had a popular song called Mercedes-Benz
Oof. I don't know.
in 1970.
Whoa, you got me.
Seriously, you're joking. You're joking.
No, I don't have a clue.
I don't trust you. So you don't know the song. You know the song.
I think I do know this one actually.
Will you sing it?
Oh, I don't know if I can sing it, but was it Janis Joplin?
Yeah, Lord, won't you buy me?
See, I can't imitate Janis Joplin. She had such a unique voice.
Have you heard that song, Richard?
No, but keep your day job.
It was, oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Oh, come on, Richard.
Never have.
Well, then that's a good sign because Richard only listens to Catholic radio. He's never listening to those music stations.
There you go.
Yeah, that was Janis Joplin back in 1970 wrote a song called and sang a song called Mercedes-Benz.
I did find out the year. I think it's 1888 is when the first driver's license was issued to Carl Benz.
What took you so long?
1888,
Okay.
yeah. Hey, you all are having such a great conversation.
All right, Richard, always great to talk with you. I knew you would come prepared, so that's why I woke up an extra 30 minutes early this morning. I said, I've got to do a little bit more research than Richard.
It was a blast, Dave. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
God bless you.
Good talking with you. It's 35 minutes after the hour now. This is the 2021 Car Raffle Kickoff Show here on the Guadalupe Radio Network, and we need your help because you are the ones that help us. You're the feet on the ground, our hands. Especially this year because you're going places where we may not be able to go because of all the limitations, and so we need you to buy them yourself. A chance to win a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 250 compact sports utility vehicle. It's really, really beautiful, and as Toya was saying at the beginning of the hour, it's got this amazing voice assistant program in it where you just get in and say, turn the AC on, or lock the doors, or mow my yard, or okay, I don't think it does that.
Oh man,
what else can it do?
Goodness, probably helps you with your music. It helps you find your music and stuff like that.
Yeah. Turn on Guadalupe Radio Network.
Exactly.
I bet it does that.
I bet it will. It will.
And then if you say I want to hear some country music, it says no.
No,
you must
only Catholic radio. We specially programmed this to only have
you
Catholic
only
radio.
can listen to Catholic radio. That's a special feature. We're paying extra for that. All right. Do we have Tim Mott on the phone with us? Tim Mott is our general manager. I can't know that look on your face.
I think he is.
Okay,
Tim, are you there?
So. Tim, you there?
No, he may not be.
No,
1 second. I will check on him.
I've heard Tim say on the air that he's an introvert and he's quiet, except for when he's on the air. But he's not that quiet. I know he's not that quiet. He does like to talk. KSHJ 1430 AM General Manager Tim Mott's going to join us here in just a moment. And we're going to talk about the effort. Houston, Galveston, the Archdiocese, it is huge. And Toya was talking earlier about, 5.5, 6 million people in North Texas. And Houston is, I think, the fourth largest city in America and by population. And there are a lot of folks there. And so we need your help in all of the Houston, Galveston area to sell tickets. Go to grnonline.com/raffle. And I know Tim's going to tell us in a moment, how you can help him personally. If you have a business and he can come out and do a live remote broadcast, or if you can, sell tickets for him, buy tickets, just whatever you can do. We need many hands to make light work for this. So why don't you just go ahead and give me the thumbs up when we got him. Do you think we have him here, Justice? Okay, so we're getting Tim on the line. And I know he was going to get on the phone, right? He wanted us to call him.
I'm actually going to call him real quick.
Yeah, so he wanted us to give him a phone call. All right, so grnonline.com/raffle is where you can go and buy the tickets. It's to 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250 compact sports utility vehicle. And I have not run out of trivia questions to ask yet. The MSRP is somewhere between $36,000 and $40,000. And as we highlighted, especially with Toya and Sammy at the beginning of the hour, because they're the ones that see what comes in and the expenses that we have, and there are a lot of expenses. And so it's expensive to pay electricity bills and overhead, and, running radio stations is not a cheap business. But, through the years, one thing we haven't talked about a whole lot is just the impact of Catholic radio. We talked about that during our share-a-thons often. Catholic radio is saving souls. It's leading people to Christ, especially during difficult times like this. Just that last interview Joe and his team did during Catholic Drive Time, where this gentleman suffering from COVID and really, really sick. And what was his response? It was joy. It was thankfulness. It was gratefulness. Why? Because he became closer to Jesus during the experience. He became closer to his wife during the experience. I mean, this is a perspective you don't get in the secular media. You don't hear this hopeful response to the all the challenges and the difficulties that we had in 2020 and likely will continue in 2021. And that's got to be our response as well, because we don't put our hope in this world or in temporal goods. We put our hope in Jesus Christ. And so if you love Catholic radio, I always say, one person's going to win the car, and that could be you. But, everybody who buys tickets is doing so much to support the Guadalupe Radio Network and ultimately the gospel message being broadcast across the Guadalupe Radio Network. All right. I know Tim Mott is here with us now. Tim, I was saying earlier, I know you're a bit of an introvert, but when I first tried to get you on, I knew you weren't that quiet. Okay?
Yeah, I know. It's sorry about the technical difficulties, some internet thing in here in our studio, but we're going to get that fixed. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yeah. It's we still got one day of Christmas, even though Epiphany happened yesterday.
Yeah, now are you the guy that goes into the grocery store and as you check out, say, Merry Christmas when it's, January 4th or 5th?
I do as often as I can. So yes.
Yeah.
And the Christmas tree stays up until February 2nd, and so yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited about it.
Oh, you're a February 2nd guy. Okay, yeah. So that's the baptism of our Lord. Is that right?
A presentation, I believe.
Presentation. Okay, very good. Yeah, I do the January 6th thing. I keep the lights on, the house, and all that. But I know February 2nd. A lot of people do that as well. All right, Tim. So, what are your thoughts on the car raffle strategy? What do you need from the good folks in across Houston, Galveston area to help you during these next 2 months?
No, it's not about me. It's about the car. It's about Catholic radio and saving souls. And I don't know much about cars. So I think you mentioned something about trivia questions coming up. I do like trivia games, but I don't know much about cars, so I'll do my best. But I do like to be comfortable when I drive, and a nice SUV style luxury car with, like you guys were just talking about, all this like super computer programming that's going to make it like the easiest and most fun thing to do to drive in. This just sounds perfect.
Yeah, it is. In fact, we talk about safety. This is one of those trivia questions that probably nobody would get. But in 1924, Mercedes-Benz was the first to have brakes on all four wheels. Now, Sissel knew that, okay? Sissel's just like, yeah, of course. I mean,
obviously.
She's like, 1994, it was October 3rd of 1924.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to ask you a trivia question, Tim Mott, okay?
Okay, sure.
Let me ask you this. Are you like Richard? Because Richard does his research. He wakes up in the morning, and he and I, have this fun competition. Have you done any research, or are you going blind here?
Skim the Wikipedia page. Does that count?
Okay.
I think it counts.
All right. So where is this? Do you know what the motto of Mercedes-Benz is? I can even say it in German if you'd like. If you.
Yeah, I mean, I say it in German and see how close I can get on.
Okay, and this is assuming I'm pronouncing it right.
He's going to use his Latin maybe to help him out here.
German and Latin are not related.
I know they're not.
I was in Germany briefly last November, so I'm sure.
Oh, it's going to be flawless.
This is going to be perfect. Okay, das Best oder nix.
The best or nothing.
Whoa.
Nice.
Now, did you actually translate that?
Yes. Because
Wow.
I have sung in enough choirs where, you do the German and the English side by side, so I can pick up a word here and there. So there you go.
Wow.
I win. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
What does he win, Dave?
He doesn't win the car, I can tell you that
I don't win the
much.
car. I'm not eligible for that.
Das Best oder nix. I just want to say that again. So it's okay. Yeah, the best or nothing. And so we know that Mercedes-Benz is known for precision. Germans are known for attention to detail, so it's a really good car. And all right, let me ask you another one here. Tim Mott joining us. We got him for another 6 or 7 minutes. There was a movie in and Sissel is a movie buff. She's got a film degree, so you guys can do this as a team, okay? A movie back in 1993 featured a Mercedes-Benz ML320 featuring. It was a very, very popular movie. Everybody knows this movie. 1993. Which movie featured a Mercedes-Benz in 1993?
A popular movie from '93. My goodness.
Somewhere Richard is screaming out the answer.
I'm sure he is.
Gotta be, yeah.
And it's a movie.
Sissel, do you have any leads on this one? That was out in 1993.
See, I like how he does that.
Okay, I would just like to claim that I was not born yet, so and I tend to watch older movies that are way older than me.
It's like I know nothing about Citizen Kane or It's a Wonderful Life.
I know those.
No,
those were earlier than 93.
Yeah. See, the problem is that my parents were too busy raising kids. They were tuned out of film, so they never introduced us to films from the 90s.
All right, here's a Steven Spielberg movie.
Oh, Spielberg.
And he only did 50, 60 movies. It's fine.
Whoa, Sissel just came with all her excuses. I wasn't born. I mean,
I have legitimate.
Well, in that case.
Wait, I'm gonna do.
I just okay.
Bias
can
time,
I take
time.
a wild stab? I'm not even sure my percentage on this one.
Okay.
But if you don't have a guess, Sissel, I've got an answer that'll be fun.
Sissel has excuses, no guesses.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
All right.
My new motto.
In that case, because it's about a road trip and because I live in Sugarland, I'm gonna go with the Sugarland Express.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, wait. 90s. Hold on. I have an idea.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
I have an idea.
I've never heard of that
You
movie.
said it's a really popular movie.
You've never heard of that movie?
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Yeah, Sissel's right.
Oh, there you go.
I've never heard of that movie. I mean, Sugarland Express.
I thought you had never heard of Jurassic Park.
No. Yeah, Jurassic Park. I guess it's kind of like an SUV type thing. Didn't they drive around and?
Yeah.
Why were they driving a Mercedes on an island with dinosaurs? Why would they do that? That's such a bad idea.
Yeah.
For obviously it looks snazzy. You're being snazzy, but if you're being chased by dinosaurs, you're gonna ruin your poor little car.
Yeah, you're thinking it through. Yeah, too much. But
plot holes.
Yeah, right. So all right.
No. So that's your incentive for really wanting this Mercedes-Benz. It will outrun a T-Rex.
That's true. Most of them survived, right? So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that movie, but I'll have to go check it out now. All right,
good.
So ours is a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 250. Tim, how many of these car raffle seasons have you done? Have you about 4 or 5, or how long? Have you?
Fourth, I believe.
Fourth one.
I've seen the Camaro, I've seen the Mustang, I've seen the Cadillac, and now we have a Mercedes. So we're just going through them all.
And the first one we ever did, I mentioned this at the beginning of the hour, was a 1939 Studebaker. I actually got to drive it. And boy, there was no power steering. And, we talk about all these features in this 2021 Mercedes. Boy, that car had no features. I mean, it had 4 wheels and a body, and it was a tank.
Wow,
it looked good though.
Yeah, but it was, if you're a car collector, it was a big deal. It was pretty cool. And it was this little lady here in North Texas from the Spanish station wanted it. I think she was like, what do I do with this thing?
Well, see, okay, now that's the thing about the Mercedes-Benz. It's going to be a great car for anyone. If you love cars, it's going to be great for you. If you just like to be comfortable while you drive and not think about your car, it's going to be great for you. If you have a family, it's good for commuting. If you want to go on road trips by yourself, I don't know. Does this thing have a lot of power too? So this seems like it's a great choice for every single listener out there. And for only $25, you get this fancy luxury car.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, you think about it, it's like I'll probably never. I personally don't know that I'll ever own a Mercedes, but I'll own $25, own $100, and I love Catholic radio. And so you put all that together and say, just give it a chance. On March 5th, somebody's going to get a call that day saying, you know what, you've won it. I don't know if you've been able to make that call. You probably have for pilgrimages, Tim, or you get to call somebody, and the excitement of on the other side of the phone is just amazing.
Hey, I get people excited when they win an iPad.
So anyways, we want to encourage everybody to get online, buy tickets. In 2021, that's probably the best way to do it, is just make it simple on all of us and get online, buy tickets, get a couple $100 worth. And every now and then we get surprised and somebody will buy, $500 or $1,000 worth of tickets. And we know it's a lot of money, but we need the help during these next couple of months to stay afloat. Tim, just have a couple minutes with you. I'm going to give you the floor. And what else would you like to say, especially to your friends there in Houston, Galveston, to help you out over the next couple of months?
Yes, since I know we're talking to the entire network, I'm not going to go into specifics, but for Houston listeners, your ears should perk up right now because I have extra incentives that have been donated that I'm going to be giving away for people who, it's kind of like a extra reason to buy your tickets. So not only will you have a chance to win the car, but you're going to get a little something extra as well. And I'm going to give you details about that on my local show today at noon. So you can tune in for the Catholic Lunch Break at noon today in Houston on AM 1430. or on the GRN app. So if you are in another city right now, that's not the great Houston area, and you want to listen in to find out what those incentives are, you can use the app. So that's great. I want to let you know I've got parishes already lining up to host us. We've got, I think, almost every weekend scheduled through January, and we're working into February now. St. Angela Merici coming up, St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, and St. Joseph's. Yes, I'm excited about that one. Annunciation, and just got St. Max on today. Also, Catholic bookstores are excited to host us, and this is a great time right now when you're buying first communion gifts and baptismal gifts and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be out at the Catholic bookstores, and but I think the biggest thing this year with COVID is that it's going to be super easy to purchase online. So grnonline.com/raffle.
All right. Sounds like you got a great plan there, Tim. It's always great to talk to you. And since you're such an expert on Germany, I'll mention, you probably know this, Pope Benedict XVI's Popemobile was a Mercedes-Benz. Did you know that?
Oh, well, it would have to be, right?
Yeah. Well, he was from Bavaria, wasn't he? I
think so.
Yeah, you would have thought that he would have said, "Nah, we're going to BMW this time," but he didn't do that. That's the kind of guy he is. I think the other popes have had Mercedes for their Popemobiles as well. All right, Tim Mott, thanks so much. Get in touch with Tim if you're in the Houston area and buy tickets, sell tickets, help us out, and let's make this a successful car raffle. Great talking to you, Tim, as always.
Thanks, Dave. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Thanks so much. And we have saved the best guest for last.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. North Texas.
Yes. Let's do this. Martin Arizmendi, General Manager of KJON 850 AM, here in studio. The other guys wouldn't come in studio with me for some reason.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah,
They just wouldn't make the drive.
Yeah, they just wouldn't do it.
They wouldn't get up earlier.
How you doing?
Great. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
I've been listening to the hour, and it seems like everyone is after you, Dave. Why?
They need to go after you, man. It's why me?
I think we need to reiterate that North Texas, we have a really big community that loves their Catholic radio station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever you're listening right now, whether it'll be in Florida, Washington, West Texas, South Central Texas, show your love for your Catholic radio station.
Yeah.
We're closing the hour, and hopefully, it's been a challenging year, 2020, and we had to cancel several events last year, even because of the coronavirus. And we need your support, wherever you're listening. Show your love, help us out, reach more souls. Hopefully, we have a potential of millions of people with the 30-some radio stations that we have all over the U.S., and hopefully, we can have this car raffle this year, the 2021, even bigger than any other year, because, we're going to miss a lot of people that we usually meet during the parish visits and parish talks that we do. And the volunteers. I want to start by thanking the volunteers that, and I've been so grateful to have for the past few years, because they sell more than half of what tickets that I sell every year.
I always enjoy the last couple of days of the car raffle, because all your volunteers are streaming into the office, right? And they've got their big stack of checks, and that's going to be a big part of it. It's like every small business has had to readjust and adapt to the. Hopefully it isn't a new normal, but at least the current circumstances with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's different with us. We've got to do things a little bit different this year, and we'll adapt. And I think what you've really heard over this last hour is that we're going to be more dependent on volunteers, on listeners. And you guys on the Spanish side have been doing this so well for so many years, is getting the boots on the ground and people selling tickets for you. That's going to be very important.
And we're very grateful to them, because they're even calling us now, asking if we're going to have the tickets ready. And we told them after the 15th of December, we're ready. This is the great day to start. And if you're listening in Florida, you can visit grnonline.com. And if you need to talk to someone, we don't have anyone there. call us here in North Texas. We'll take your call. we'll get the set.
And if you're in Kansas or Florida or Alabama or some of these areas that haven't been represented by somebody on the air this hour, hey, we need you. And probably the easiest thing for you to do if you're in Kansas or New Mexico or anywhere across the network, just get online and buy some tickets. And I hope we get an email from our president Len Oswald later today saying, you know what, we have already sold $5,000 worth of tickets. And so let's get moving on this. And Martin Arizmendi here with me, KJON 850 AM, Spanish radio general manager here in North Texas. Did you know the fact that Richard shared earlier about Maria de las Mercedes? Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Yeah, interesting.
And it was really interesting. I figured Mercedes, which is for mercy, had to be related to Our Lady.
Yeah.
Somehow. Somewhere.
Right.
So thanks to Richard for giving us that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, you may never look at a Mercedes-Benz again the same as, it's named after, in a sense, Our Lady. So, all right, Sissel's giving me the 3-minute notice, and you're not going to escape without a trivia question, you realize. I don't know if you brought any with you.
No, I didn't.
You didn't. Okay. I've used most of them already, and you've probably heard them all.
Diane is going to help me with this one. She's
your friend to phone.
The hour.
Okay, so I got one for you. Well, and Sissel can help you if you want. But what city is Mercedes-Benz headquartered in? What city is it headquartered in? And again, somewhere in San Antonio, Richard is screaming out this answer because he knows this. Okay, any guess?
What was your guess?
Okay, Diane?
New Orleans?
New Orleans?
Berlin, right?
Berlin. No, it's not Berlin. It's Sissel has gone silent.
I'm just. Berlin was my guess.
It's just something about having to take the show off the air here in a minute and a half.
Yeah,
right?
I'm really busy over here, Dave.
Yeah, right. It's Stuttgart.
Stuttgart. That was my second guess.
That was on the tip of our tongues.
I said it.
Stuttgart, of course.
Oh, did you hear Berlin? He definitely said.
Yeah.
I also mentioned Stuttgart before he said it.
Yeah, actually, Berlin is Spanish for Stuttgart. Did you know that? he had reverted to Spanish right there. So that's all right, man. Sometimes you don't, when you.
No, I just remember that I follow soccer all over the world, and I remember this. They said it. Stuttgart. The team, they have their
it's sponsored by
BMW.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And since you brought up sports and soccer, 2005, Mercedes brought out 3 models of bicycles, for the first time. So they actually make bicycles. Wow. My goodness. What next? Airplanes, plane,
They're trying to do that land, water, and air thing.
Finally, yes.
Right.
All right, Martine, thanks so much. I know we had a short segment with you. Sissel, thank you very much for being on. Diane did a great job in social media. Also, thanks to Toya and Sammy and Richard and Tim as well. Any last words of encouragement to our friends out there listening to help us this year?
No, don't stop supporting your Catholic radio station wherever you are. Mm-hmm. Wherever you are. 5 tickets, you get a discount. You get you pay for 4, you get 1 for free. Call us, North Texas. If you're listening here in North Texas, call us 214-653-1515, or call Dave at.
Yeah, you can call me on my cell, 972-757-2990. Also, email is easy to remember, Dave Palmer at grnonline.com. So if you're in North Texas and you're an English speaker, you can help out with that. So we're down to 10 seconds. And don't forget the website. That's the easiest thing to do, grnonline.com/raffle. Thanks, Martine. Thank you, Sissel and Diane. God bless you, everybody. And buy some tickets.
Thank you for joining us this hour for the 2021 Guadalupe Radio Network Car Raffle Kickoff Show. And thank you for your support of the Guadalupe Radio Network. To purchase tickets for a chance to win a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Gla 250 sport utility vehicle, or to contact your local general manager, visit our website at www.grnonline.com.
Blessed be God, blessed be His holy name, blessed be Jesus Christ.